This video is about something people often struggle to put into words: sudden outbursts of anger that feel out of proportion and hard to control. As a psychiatrist, I see this in different ways. Sometimes it's the person themselves saying, I don't know why I react like that. And sometimes it's a partner or family member saying, it escalates so quickly and over small things. What we are talking about here is a pattern called intermittent explosive disorder. To understand it, let's start with what it actually feels like in real life. Imagine a relatively small situation, a disagreement, a delay, someone saying something mildly irritating. Most people might feel annoyed, maybe raise their voice slightly, and then move on. But in this pattern, the reaction is much more intense than the situation calls for. It might involve shouting, swearing, slamming doors, or even throwing or breaking things. And it happens quickly, often before there's been time to think it through. If this were happening to you, it might feel like the reaction just takes over. People often describe it as, I know it's a small thing, but I can't stop myself in that moment. That sense of losing control over the impulse is central. It's not that the person wants to react that way. In fact, many don't. But in the moment, the ability to pause or hold back just isn't there. Another key part of this is that these episodes are usually brief and come in bursts. This isn't someone who is angry all day, every day. Between episodes, they may be calm, thoughtful, and even regretful about what has happened. That's why people often say it's like a switch flips. There's a clear difference between how they are most of the time and how they are during these outbursts. The idea of things being out of proportion is really important. Everyone gets angry. That's normal. But here, the reaction doesn't match the situation. For example, a minor disagreement turning into shouting and breaking objects, or a small frustration leading to verbal or physical aggression. Afterwards, there's often realization that was too much. Even though the outbursts themselves might last minutes, the impact can be much longer lasting. In relationships, it can lead to repeated arguments, tension, or a sense that others are walking on eggshells. At work or in education, it can create conflict or consequences. And internally, people often feel guilt, embarrassment, or frustration with themselves, especially when it keeps happening. It is also important to understand what this is not. This isn't about being generally irritable or having a consistently angry personality. It's not a steady pattern of mood. It is not better explained by something else like substance use or a condition where mood is persistently elevated or unstable. What stands out is the repeated pattern of sudden, intense outbursts and difficulty controlling them in the moment. If you're trying to recognize this in yourself, a few questions can help. Are my reactions sometimes much bigger than the situation? Do I feel able to stop myself in those moments, or does it just happen? And is this starting to affect my relationships, work, or daily life? Those are usually the signs that this has moved beyond just occasional anger. The reassuring part is that this pattern, while distressing, is something we understand and can treat. People can learn to recognize the early build-up, like the physical tension, the rising frustration, and create enough pause to respond differently. Over time, that sense of being taken over can reduce. But it starts with recognizing what's actually happening, not just thinking, I have a bad temper, but understanding that these reactions are disproportionate, repetitive, and affecting life around you. That clarity is what allows change to begin. If you need further help, please seek help through your GP or through a therapist. If you've enjoyed today's video, please subscribe to my channel. The more subscribers I have, the more YouTube gives me the ability to make more creative videos. Like it, share it, tell it to all the people you know. And thank you for watching.